quantitative data that can be descriptive, comparative, and associative. And the qualitative method is basically used by the researcher to expand the deepen expand and also the deepen the quantitative data already obtained in the article. Besides, through the value chain analysis, the researcher conduct three steps, which is activity analysis, value analysis, and evaluating planning to solve the problem. The activity analysis is basically used by researcher to identify what are the activities are being performed to deliver the product or services. The value analysis is basically about what analysis will be done to provide the greatest added value to the customer. And then the third one is the evaluation and planning. The planning, and this is where this is the researcher done whether it is worth enough to make a change, and then create an action plan for the farmers and consumers as well. So through these methods, the researcher managed to solve the problem. And you all can see the slide. That's all from me. Thank you.
Before we go to the Article's 2 findings, it must be noted that in this study, the wheat value chain from one of the highest wheat producing areas in Ethiopia to central markets was assessed focusing on market performance, post-harvest losses, and the potential of supply chain management to improve the chain. 1% of wheat produce was lost at farm level. This was the highest loss point across the chain. The total post-harvest losses of wheat at collectors, wholesalers and retailers level were about 3%, 4% and 6% respectively. An increase in quantum of wheat production resulted in an increase in post-harvest losses of 5.18 kg or 5.18% post-harvest losses. According to the result, it can be argued that the wheat chain access was characterized by this integrated chain where businesses were self-oriented and mutualism has never developed. The assessed wheat value chain was characterized by an unfair share of benefit among the chain actors. The problems identified in this wheat value chain, such as lack of transparency among the chain actors. This deep share of benefit and higher losses of wheat in the chain can be alleviated through the implementation of supply chain management system. Then we move to the Article 3. In this article, the aim is to understand the cost-benefit and share performance of key actors in different stages of supply chain and critical factors impacting on the whole chain's performance in the context of different regions in China. The best performance despite of the highest total cost and the operational cost as percentage of total production Huludao as of the Huludao cost is high and consists of pesticide and fertilizer represent 49% across all areas. The next important input is labor, 38%, and followed by water and electricity, 7%, then sales commission, 6%. Average operational cost is much higher than fixed costs, which only account for 8% of total recorded that there are about 8%, 2%, and 4% losses during the transportation from farm to secondary in Hebei, Liaoning to Beijing chain respectively. In general, Liaoning to Beijing value chain also has a best performance. Average net profit and profit margin are both highest in Liaoning to Beijing value chain. Production is highest at cultivation stage except in Xinjiang to Guangdong chain. For me, I will pass to the next presenter.
Okay, for the implication, Article 1, a research about rice agro-industry at West Java, Indonesia. First, the implication first, broken rice will decrease yield of rice produced. The broken rice is sometimes mixed again with whole rice to increase the selling price of the broken rice. The benefit of input production are not enjoyed by rice farmer but other parties. The price that occurs is not the intersection between primary demand and primary supply. The price at farmer level is much lower than the retail price. Next, Article 2, a research about wheat supply chain and value chain at Ethiopia. The indication is Ethiopia wheat value chain has not yet developed to the level required. The local production has not yet satisfied local market demand. The central wheat market were a bit less competitive. They more specialized, focusing on grain trade as their major business. Article 3, a research about table of grape at China. First, the problem of coordination between wholesaler and wine growers may be non-contracted relationship. The table grape production system is dominated by small-scale vine growers in China. Vine growers are unorganized, which imply the low bargaining power in price negotiation with wholesaler. Next, we continue. The section Okay. For Article 1, the spread of producer place as well as various infrastructure conditions causing rice supply chain varies greatly, affecting value chain in rice agro industry. Due to the difference in location between farmer and consumer, the supply chain and value chain through rice vary widely. For Article 2, significant portion of the wheat produced was lost across the supply chain. Weather condition, poor logistics and infrastructure was contributing to high post-harvest losses. The traders claimed that the enterprise was supplying imported wheat to flour factories at a lesser price that resulted in lesser price for their wheat. Article 3, production risks of table grape are high because the production is affected by many controllable factors such as weather, pest and disease outbreak. Wine growers always take more risk along the chain. Lastly, retailers have more dependence on wholesalers for revenue. Meanwhile, retailers' switching costs are much higher than wholesalers due to the quality and trust issue. Thank you. That's all from me.
Okay, for suggestion, Article 1, factors that affecting fluctuation of rice prices should be known in order for inflation and price of rice can be controlled. From the result, they suggest that the shorter supply chains provide greater value for the preparators. The linkage between actors, producer and customer are important as it is the basis for making decision networks. For suggestion Article 2, various sources of information regarding the wheat market should be reliable enough. Second one, the business partner should agree on condition of long-standing contract and develop dependable and trusting issues. Share of benefit and profit should be mutual profit share among the chain actors. And last for Article 2, weight value chain should be evaluated with integrated chain whereas the business mutualism are developed. For Article 3, collaborative relationship among the actors should be emphasized by means policy makers and main actors should focus on the information sharing to reduce search and transaction costs of wholesalers and retailers. Second, the visibility of actual consumer demand, production, price and other information along the chain, and a centralized demand forecasting need to be considered. And last, a better understanding of value chain and critical factor affect performance to improve the value chain performance and development of rural economies. I will pass to next presenter.
Assalamualaikum. Okay, for the conclusion, value chain analysis is a very useful management tool that helps to identify key activities which yields to the creation of superior product or service that is of high value to the customer. The analysis helps to maximize profits by creating superior product or service for which the customers are willing to pay a premium price that exceeds the cost of production. The value chain analysis also adds to the competitive advantage strategy of the company, helping to determine the vision and set direction for future products and services. The high level of complexities in today's business operations and the wide array of stakeholders involved makes it difficult for a firm to obtain the right data in order to conduct an effective analysis. Moreover, the process in itself is highly timing consuming, limiting its practicality in today's business operations. That's all from us. Thank you.
Okay. So you want to ask question to the others? Your group, you want to ask questions?
Yes, madam.
Any question, or maybe you want to ask question to others?
We have two questions to ask to the classmate.
Okay. One.
The question is on the articles. What factors that affect supply chain and value chain? Anyone can answer.
Can you type or not? Inside the chatting room. What's factor?
What factors that affect supply chain and value chain?
Hmm.
Based on the articles.
Okay, the rest mana? Okay. Anyone? Okay, let us see. Okay, you can list the problem arise. Okay, first apa? Okay, affect the supply chain. Okay, kawan nak bagi tahu maybe lack of the transparency. And trust. Among the change, that means start from the producer. Okay. Wholesaler. Okay, and then retailer, isn't it? Okay. Two, maybe inventory control policy. Supply chain structure. Okay. And then, apa lagi rasa-rasanya? What effect? Okay. Okay. What is the issue arise? Issue arise. Apa issue arise normally? Okay. That means that we can conclude that from the three articles, the issue arise is first of all is the distribution of profit, isn't it? Distribution of profit and share. Kan? That means dia tak ada the distribution of profit and share among the supply chain tu. Among the supply chains kan, that means maybe the retailer ambil banyak mana, we don't know, the wholesaler and also the producer. Okay, this is the one of the issue arise. Okay, issue arise in the effect kepada maybe because of the lack of transparency. Okay, trust among the chains, and then supply chain structure, maybe structure dia tak kena macam mana. I'm not sure about the customer demands, maybe customer demand. Okay, lagi apa lagi? Okay, farmer and consumer, difference, the location, yes. Different locations. Okay, bila different location, then akan effect to the high price, high price of the product. Kau nampak tak ni? Contohnya dekat Indonesia kan, Indonesia Jawa, isn't it? Kepulauan Jawa kan. We know that the geography of the Pulau Jawa tu Indonesia kan dia macam pulau-pulau, so maybe lah the location is different, so nak hantar kepada satu tempat is not easy Okay, so then because of the transportation cost high, that means effect to the high price of the products. Faham kan? Sebab as we know that di Indonesia kebanyakannya pulau-pulau nak sampai ke tempat tu susah. Okay. And then okay, apa lagi? Pada customer demand. Okay, dua ni apa lagi yang issue arise ni? Overall from the tiga artikel tu. Rasa-rasanya apa lagi arise dia? Apa lagi issue?
Because of weather, madam.
Weather.
Water.
Supply chain lah. Okay. Hmm. Contohnya mana? Contohnya kat mana tu? Dekat China kan?
Ya, Doktor.
Kat China kan? Example China. Apa lagi? Okay, deras mana? Kawan-kawan awak mana senyap belaka ni? Apa lagi? Apa lagi? Efek lagi ni, high distribution cost.
Poor linkage.
Okay, high distribution cost. And then apa lagi?
Bad storage, Madam.
Okay, bad storage.
Madam, dia ada problem dengan licensing procedure.
Okay. Problem licensing. Ni kat mana ni? Tadi juga. Yeah, selling price ni apa yang issue arise lah. That mean because of the distribution profit yang tu and then effect kepada selling price. Customer. Okay. Dan ni effect dia lah. Okay, lagi apa lagi? Yang lain mana?
Article 2, Central Wheat Market bit less competitive. They more specialized focus on grain trade as their major business.
Apa dia?
Central Wheat Market at Ethiopia less competitive. They lose oligopoly.
Okay.
Focus on grain trade.
They use the oligopoly market.
Lose oligopoly. Article 2.
Yes. So, ask your audience, ask your friend how to solve the problem. What's your opinion? Okay, macam mana? Kalau dah tahu kan because of the supply chains, because of the customer demand different locations, whether high distribution cost, bad storage, licensing procedure kan, they use the oligopoly market, and then lack of the transparency and trust among the chain. So how to solve the problem rasanya? What's your opinion?
I think they need to provide better storage facility so that the wheat tak rosak and tak banyak yang tak banyak yang tak banyak losses kat dalam dekat
Kat produk dia tu lah.
produk tu. Yes.
That means provide better facility
And infrastructure.
as for storage ni. Okay, lagi apa lagi rasanya? The rest? Okay. Ni kawan awak tak ada ke information sharing, obstacle to enter market? Okay, backstory information sharing. Okay, ni information sharing pun rasanya masalah juga kan, efek kan. You nampak tak yang saya share dekat ni? Yang saya tulis dekat words ni, nampak kan? Okay, boleh.
Madam.
Nampak ke yang saya share ni? Okay, saya share balik screen.
Nampak yang suggestion je.
Oh. Nampak tak screen saya ni?
Nampak.
Yang word saya tulis ni.
Okay, dah nampak dah madam.
That means issue arise, okay. Most of the three articles ni that we found that the most of the issue arise is and the distribution of profit and share nah. That means share among the supply chains lah. Dia antara retailer, producer, wholesaler and sampai ke customer. And then the effect that menyebabkan the high selling price to the customer. And then effect dia ni because of the lack of transparency and trust among the chain, of course lah kan. Dia tak ada transparency and trust lah. Contohnya retailer macam ni, wholesaler dia ambil keuntungan lain lah. And then the structure dia, maybe the setengah negara tu, maybe the supply chain structure tu is not good lah. And also the customer demand. Okay. And then apa lagi? Okay, inflation ni tak ada ni because of ni result dia lah nah. Inflation ni result dia lah. Okay, linkage amount, okay, poor linkage amount. Okay. Okay. Linkage among the apa ni? Supply chains. Sebab tiga-tiga artikel awak ni semua problem, isu semua kan. Lagi apa lagi? Okay, ni unfair or share profit among the consumer and producer ni lah nah. Unfair sharing ni, that means this one lah. Okay, distribution of profit Lagi apa lagi? So, from the issue and the effect ni, so how we want to solve the problem rasanya. Maksudnya apa dia? Okay, yang the rest tu, others macam mana? Apa lagi? Rasanya kena ada apa lagi ni? Okay, rasanya kena ada mutual agreement kan? Tak? Kena ada mutual agreements between the retailer, the wholesaler and producer. Tak? Lagi apa lagi?
Madam, kalau tracing and mapping?
Tracing and mapping? What do you mean by tracing and mapping?
Untuk dia identify about the problem, rice distribution, chain actor consisting of farmers, grain traders, dan benda yang related to ecosystem.
Dia ada problem about the supply chain tu. The effect supply chain.
Ya.
Artikel mana tu?
Article 1. About rice supply chain varies greatly. So daripada situ ada problem dekat supply chain in rice.
No, I mean you thought about the environmental issue kan?
Ya.
Tak nampak lagi efek dia ni. Dia ada arise kan? Dia ada bagi tahu dalam artikel kan? Dia ada mention tak?
Yeah, dia ada mention about cost of rice supply change varies. Ada banyak difference about supply change in rice.
The broken rice is sometimes mixed with the whole rice. This one ke? The broken rice. Apa broken rice tu? Oh, saya dia tipu ke dah ni?
Bukan doktor.
The broken rice will decrease yield of rice produce.
Macam kalau macam cuaca kan, lepas tu rice tu broken. Lepas
Oh, I
tu
see.
bila rice broken, dia akan campur broken rice with dia akan mix again with whole rice to increase the selling price of the broken rice.
Oh, I see. Itu cara dia nak ni ke? Dia buat apa yang dia buat?
Depending on market demand lah.
Dia boleh terima ke? That mean demand, ada demand lah.
Ya, diikut demand.
Ni dekat Jawa ni kan?
Ya, kat Indonesia.
That mean dia mix.
Lepas tu yang supply chain and value chain through rice very widely tu yang sebab location dia different.
Okay.
Tapi suggestion tak tahu.
How to suggest?
Suggestion.
Kalau different location tu kena improve transportation je lah kot. I
Yeah,
think
of course
so.
lah. Tapi siapa yang kena improve rasa-rasanya? That means the governments, okay? Should. Kan? That means the government lah. Should improve. Tapi negara dia ni kalau Jawa tu selalu berlaku gunung berapi kan. So it's not easy lah. And then negara dia bukannya kaya sangat lah. Dekat Jawa, kalau Jawa tu lah. Jawa Timur, Jawa Barat tu lah.
Doktor, tiga-tiga artikel ada weather masalah cuaca. Tiga-tiga.
Baca kan. So dia akan efek kepada produk dia lah.
Dekat value chain dia.
Ni kita ada dalam weather lah. Okay, the government should improve the infrastructure. The transportation tak? Transportation facility lah. Okay, apa lagi? Email rasa-rasanya. Apa lagi? To solve the problem rasa-rasanya. Selain daripada ni. Sebab rasanya, sebab your artikel ni based on kepada negara Indonesia, satu lagi China kan. China tu besar, isn't it? So that's why lah maybe they have the problem in the supply chain and the value chain dia lah. And also in the Indonesia kan, Indonesia tu bukannya negara yang membangun sangat maybe terutamanya kalau Jawa Timur, Jawa Barat tu dia tu negara yang bukan bandar yang besar lah. Dan negara dia pula terlibat dengan masalah gunung berapi and transportation kan. But the main income dia adalah datang daripada pertanian. Kalau Indonesia lah, kalau you pernah pergi dekat Indonesia belah-belah Jawa tu. And satu lagi artikel 2 tu berkenaan dengan negara mana tadi? Artikel 2
Ethiopia.
Yeah, negara miskin juga nah. So tiga-tiga tu semua negara yang bermasalah semua dari segi infrastructure facility dia. Compare tu dia negara membangun, contohnya Japan, mana-mana apa lagi US, Europe tu nah. Contohnya Scotland tu negara-negara yang membangun. Maybe they have the good in transportation facility. So maybe tak ada sangatlah isu dalam supply chain and the value chains. Okay, nah. So apa yang boleh kita katakan dekat sini, okey, selain daripada nak baiki dia punya facility storage, that mean kerajaan juga kena ambil ni lah, kena ambil interfere in the sector lah. Maksudnya kerajaan kena ambil kira juga, kena masuk campur lah. Kerajaan kena masuk campur rasanya sistem supply chain dia. Okay. Dan apa lagi? And then mesti kena ada the rule and regulations. Rules and regulation in the supply chain system. Rule kena ada ni lah, rules and regulation lah. Macam contohnya, that mean dia kena ada guidance lah, dia kena rules. Maksudnya kalau nak ambil profit macam mana sepatutnya, kena banyak mana kena ambil nah, how to supply. And then macam itulah nah. That mean the government lah, the government should ni lah kena ambil apa ni, kena memainkan peranan lah dalam untuk dia how to solve the problem rasa-rasanya lah, terutama kalau negara miskin macam tu. Okay. Sebab untuk dia punya nak baiki infrastruktur untuk company-company kecil-kecil tu susah, terutama dari segi pertanian. As we know that kalau bahan pertanian ni dia tak tahan lama. Nah, kalau dia tak good in storage akan jadi cepat rosak lah. Kan? Betul tak?
Ya, Doktor.
Ya, betul, Madam.
Selain daripada satu lagi yang weather kan. Satu lagi weather. Okay, cuaca tak menentu, sistem storage dia pun tak bagus. Nah. So infrastruktur dia pun tak bagus. So macam mana produk tu nak sampai kepada customer dan cara. Betul tak? So that means most of the issue normally arise dekat negara-negara yang kurang membangun. Contohnya India, maybe dekat India lagi banyak rasanya isu ni timbul. Okay, betul tak? So,
Betul, Madam.
So kalau rasanya, kalau dekat Indonesia tu, kalau siapa pernah pergi Jawa, Kepulauan Jawa kan, you boleh nampak lah macam mana penduduk-penduduk dia lah. Ada setengah tu, saya dulu pernah pergi dekat Padang Indonesia. You know Padang? Padang tu berdekatan dengan mana I'm not sure. Nah, satu lagi saya pergi kat Yogyakarta tu, Jogja tu dia berdekatan dengan Jawa Timur tak silap saya. Okey, kebanyakannya sumber pendapatan dia orang adalah pertanian. Segi sayur, padi and so on lah. Tapi negara dia tu berbukit-bukit-bukit. Nah, sistem dia tu bukit-bukit, and then cara pengeluaran dia nak proses bahan pertanian tu masih lagi secara manual lah. Dia tak ada systematic way. Kalau dekat Padang Indonesia tu, kalau yang buat krepek contohnya, kalau krepek from the Indonesia, kilang dia maksud it's not systematic lah. Kalau you pernah makan tu rasa lepas pada tengok cara kilang, lepas tu tak makan dah. Okay. Maksud dia kilang ni tu dibuat dalam kebun tu sendiri. Dia tak ada yang sistematik punya. Dia buat secara kampung lah. Kebanyakannya SME. And then government dia pun tak boleh nak bagi bagi bantuan yang sebanyak yang dekat Malaysia lah. Sebab dia terlalu banyak sangat petani-petani dekat situ. Petani secara kecil-kecilan. Okey, kalau you tengoklah saya pernah pergi hari tu dekat SME, okey, SME dekat Indonesia. Kilang dia tu, that means just a small shop saja kilang yang kecil saja. Tak ada mesin pun, mesin yang it's not systematic lah. Teruklah. Okey tempat tu pun pekerja-pekerja dia pun maksud dia lepas daripada dia ambil ubi, ubi daripada kebun dia tu, dia basuh-basuh terus je, dia sediakan tempat untuk proses jadi krepek terus. Maksud dia tak adalah nak pergi ke hantar ke kilang yang besar, tak ada nah. Very teruk lah nah. Tu saja yang dia orang mampu buat nah. Tu saja yang dia orang mampu buat, tapi dia orang boleh export produk dia outside of the Indonesia tu. Dia boleh export nah. Tapi the facility tu memang very compared to the Malaysia. Kalau Malaysia, kalau kilang-kilang dia ada mesin, dia ada satu tempat untuk buat, and government ada sediakan facility kan. Ada buat training and so on. Tapi kalau dekat Indonesia tu tak ada pun benda-benda tu nah. Maybe kalau bandar-bandar besar tu ada lah kot, tapi kalau setakat Jawa Timur, Yogyakarta tu tak ada. Okay, kalau pernah pergilah. Alright. So apa lagi? Kalau storage tu rasanya tak ada storage langsung nah, dia tak ada storage langsung. Sudah-sudah dia buat krepek tu, terus dia pack terus jadi hantar. Maksud dia situlah tempat dia pack barang, situlah tempat dia masak, situlah tempat dia buat nah. Maksud dia just a small place sahaja. Okay. So ada soalan? Ethiopia lagi lah nah. So this is the issue yang arise, normally the issue arise lah nah. Sebab because of the distribution and share among the supply chains is in unequal. So that means government dia kena ambil ni lah. Okay. Kena take action lah. Apa lagi? Apa ada artikel tu?
Dia cadang shorter supply
Location.
chain.
Shorter?
Kalau shortkan supply chain tu provide greater value for the apa ni? Tak nak sebut, tak apalah.
Provide the greater value of?
Perpetrators. Apa benda tu?
Perpetrators.
Preparators?
Perpetrators.
Benda tu lah.
Lepas tu madam,
Dia masuk.
yang apa ni, location of supply chain and value chain tu sepatutnya macam nearby, sebab artikel 1, 2, 3 tu dia ada masalah apa long distance kan.
Long distance sebab place dia.
Ya
Negara
please.
Negara yang macam mana? Okey, ni maksud dia sebahagian daripada apa ni, ada artikel you all lah kan. So far it's very good sebab kita dah tahu dah emas ada negara macam contoh Indonesia, China dan juga Ethiopia tu, that means they have the big problem in the supply chains and value chains lah. Okay nah, kalau dia nak provide better tu, it's not bukan suatu benda yang mudah nah. Okay. Ada soalan? Kita berhenti setakat ni. Okay. Ada soalan tak lagi?
Tak ada.
Tak ada lah kan? Okay. Okay, kalau tak ada soalan, kita berhenti setakat ni boleh? We end our meeting.
Boleh.
Boleh madam.
Boleh
Itu Kak
madam.
Nah. Okay, so very good. Nanti saya akan masukkan dalam Eclipse lah. Okay. Lain senyap je. Nah. Okay, so end our meeting. Okay, so thank you siapa yang present tadi.
Okay, thank you, madam.
Okay.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you,
Okay.
madam.
Thank you, madam.
Pula ni.
Assalamualaikum, madam. Thank you, madam.